Morning students, in this video we are going to see the chapter name is coordination. This is the part 2 video. In this video we are going to see the principles of coordination. The first principle is direct personal contact. Direct personal contact with the persons, it is essential for achieving effective coordination, and then face to face communication is also the best way for resolve any issues. And the next one is principle of early beginning. Because planning stage itself the suitable for provision of coordination also be made. Setting of targets and preparing of plans must also be done with the consultation of subordinates of. This will coordination is taken care of. And the next one is principle of reciprocity. According to this principle, a person can influence and it can be influenced by other persons. He would certainly avoid unilateral or one-sided action. This will make coordination easy. And the next principle is principle of continuity. Coordination is a never-ending activity. The need for it will be as long as there are enterprise activities. The next one is techniques. We have 3 techniques. One is balancing, timing and integrating. The first one is balancing. It means ensuring sufficiency of an aspect to support or counterbalance the other. For example, a business have tremendous potentials for production and marketing, and it having a scarcity of funds, there must be steps must be taken to increase the financial resources. The next one is timing. It refers to task of matching the time schedule of different activities so that they support and reinforce one another. For example, production put a schedule for preparing in accordance with the sales order to be executed date wise. Next one is integrating. It refers to the task of unifying the diverse interest in order to achieve the common goal. So every individual have the self interest in his mind while working. The success of coordination depends on the self interest of individuals. They are synchronized with the organizational interest. The next is determinants of coordination. We have the determinants of coordination is very essential in any enterprise. So the first one is interdependence. The interdependence itself, they have 3 types of interdependence. One is pooled interdependence, sequential interdependence and reciprocal interdependence. The first one is pooled interdependence. It refers to the relation between the departments in enterprise that are relatively independent of one another and make contributions individually. And then for example, or a departmental store, they have a number of departments, but they having own identity and they have to make contributions for growth of the store individually. The next one is sequential interdependence. In this case, the output of one department becomes the input of another. For example, if a textile mill runs its own tailoring unit, the output of the unit becomes the input of the next unit. Next one is reciprocal interdependence. It refers to the relation between the departments or the division of enterprise where the output of each becomes the input of the other. For example, if the bus transport company has its own workshop, there is a reciprocal interdependence. Any bus requiring service is sent to the workshop, and after proper service the bus is sent back. Okay, the next one is time orientation. Determinants of coordination. Next one is time orientation. Time factor is more crucial for every department than for others. For example, production always get the most priority. If the machinery is out of order, they have to give the immediate attention. Likewise, marketing department wants to explore a new market for the products. We have to do something gradually over a period of time, and it is not a give immediate action. Next one is goal orientation. Every department in enterprise have their own goal and they have to give the importance to attain that particular goal. Example, for production department, they have to give the attention to the volume of output and the quality and the cost of production. Likewise, marketing department, they have to give the importance to achieve that sales target, they have to get the customer satisfaction and so on. So in coordination is very important to get the consensus among the departments so that the overall goal of the enterprise is reached. The next is methods of securing coordination. We have to see the important methods for getting the coordination. The first one is planning. Planning it's a in planning stage itself we have to make a coordination, then only it becomes very easy. The periodical targets to be achieved by the different departments should be carefully planned so that coordination can be secured easily. The next one is rules and procedures. The rules and procedures can be established for the purpose of achieving easy coordination. Rules explain the do's and don'ts for the employees. In the same way, procedures prescribe the manner or method of doing any work. Next one is hierarchy. The organizational hierarchy can also be used to solve problems pertaining to coordination. For example, if there is a conflict, if there is a problem between the foreman and the workers, the production management may intervene and setting the problems, setting things right. Next one is effective communication. Coordination can be effectively secured through a proper system of communication. The production department may be in constant touch with the staff of the purchase department to ensure that there is no delay in getting the raw materials. And then informal communication can also play a vital role in the matter of securing effective communication. The next one is leadership. The manager who is supposed to have leadership qualities, they can know how to induce the subordinates to getting things done. If he ignores it, the coordination will suffer. If the enterprise has an able leader, it will not face any problem of coordination. The next one is supervision. As a supervisor, he will become aware of the work-related problems of his subordinates. Lack of performance will pose problem of coordination. As supervisor, he have to find a solution within the scope of authority, or he can we can make a superior, we have to inform to the superior for a early solution. The next one is liaison officer. With the increase in the sale of operation, the problem of coordination is also increased. So, it is necessary to appoint one or more liaison officer to undertake task of coordination. They are in constant touch with the different interacting departments and solve any issue. Next one is task forces. Liaison officer, if they are not able to secure coordination, then the management may decide to set a task force. The task force arrange a different representative from the interacting department. They look after the coordination function. Next one is coordination department. In all methods, they are inadequate. Then they are arranging a coordination department. They are itself they can be established for the purpose of performing coordinative function. The coordination department we have specialists in different fields like production, marketing, finance, and so on. So this is in a position to resolve any issue. Thank you students for watching this video.